Go for it, mate.
And coming for you live here in Busan, the spookiest city in all of South Korea. I am your scare master, Yagul of the Zaguls. With me, of course, is Light_RIP, submitted for the approval of the Noon KST Society. I call this tale the tale of ESL Open Cup Asia number 94.
Oh my god. Are you wearing white face?
What? Face paint. I can explain after the intro.
Shaking my head, people, shaking my head. I can barely tell what this is because it's so dark. I didn't even know, mate. Looks like you've drawn in your face. It looks like you finally drawn on a mustache as well.
I can explain after the intros.
Take it away, mate. Take it away.
In the top left-hand corner, map spawning all the way in the top left-hand corner of Boo, Leningrad, LE. We, of course, have a blue Protoss player coming down from the land of Korea. He is going to be representing Team NV. He is Creator.
And spawning in.
I can hear it typing.
The bottom right-hand corner of Berlingrad LE, we have the Chinese Zerg player representing Starlight Twinkle. It is Hyperion.
Oh boy. So what the explanation?
What happened, yeah? What happened? What happened?
So you notice the hat I'm wearing, right? And the jacket on. I tried to draw on a face which is like one of those Dia de los Muertos skulls. But instead it just looks like I'm a raccoon. Because like this is meant to be, I'm not sure if chat can see it, but on my lips this is meant to be like stitches and mustache. They just look like whiskers instead.
They do not look like stitches.
They look like whiskers.
I understand. Like it looks
really
like
dark, and it's really dark. But I tried to draw a rose as well on my forehead.
No, there is no rose there.
It just looks like a rash.
There is no rose.
It looks like a rash.
It looks like you tried to do like a what is it? Nightmare at Christmas, like that kind of thing, kind of. But like you're too dark for it.
No, that's exactly what it was. Because I noticed that when I was putting in like the black, which is meant to be the holes, the eye holes, it just doesn't mix with my skin.
It doesn't mix with your complexion, mate. Shaking my head. I'd forgotten that is today Halloween or is that yesterday? What is it?
It's tonight.
It's tonight. Oh yeah. So yeah. Happy Halloween, everyone. And happy Halloween to Pili Pili because he rated us. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much.
68, almost 69.
Close.
Almost nice.
Yeah, almost. Speaking of almost nice, we don't have nice, but we do have Creator. Who's another Protoss player.
Oh god, we do have Creator indeed. Exclamation mark in the chat if you want to have a look at the bracket, because this is of course ESL Open Cup Asia. We've got players like Hero, Classic, Björn, and Creator here, as well as Lenok. We had a couple of options, but of course this was the first one that opened up for us. Currently, Classic is going up against Hero. It's a pretty juicy matchup, but it's a PvP that is already underway, and of course, we were a little bit delayed because of TSL. It's not the biggest of deals, but again, it does mean that right, it could have ended with the base trade match. Zan could have taken it.
Just in time.
Oh god, but yeah, as a result, we did miss out on the first round of this tournament, so a bit of a feels bad, but we have plenty more ahead of us.
Well, it is just the first round, and you know, obviously we don't like saying this, but it is kind of true sometimes where the first round in a lot of cases is kind of the cat and fight match.
It really can be. It really can be. Again, it was like Funada seeding because again, Classic is going up against Hero right now. So for them to meet up that early is pretty brutal. But enough about that, because we have our PvZ right here, right now. Creator did go for a Twilight Council opener on Berlingrad. It makes plenty of sense. He does have his 4 gateways. He's going across map with his adepts, and the Roach Warren isn't even done.
It is not. Hyperion tries to throw down a Spine Crawler as a bit of a reaction to this, but it does feel like it's too late. There are a lot of Zerglings, though, and a lot of Queens. One good thing about Berlingrad, the bases are so compact that it's at least a little bit forgiving for the Zerg player in that regard.
That it is, but you know what? The Adepts are just going ham. They killed 1 Queen. They're going for the 2nd. They're going for the 3rd. Again, without Roaches, you cannot fight these Adepts like this, and they've just gotten so much value.
Yeah, even now getting surrounded, they are still standing strong. With the Shade, they are going to be able to break away. The Roach Warren did finish up. A couple of Roaches are out, but they're so isolated. Yeah. So many Links have been taken out. They cannot get another surround.
Exactly, and now a couple of Workers are going down as well. As a reminder, there is no WCS game hard here for this game, but Workers are still falling. 5 have already gone down. The War Prism doesn't even fall. It actually escapes, and the Adepts... No, they find more drones!
Just like so. I guess that's a double-edged sword of having compact bases, right? Can be a little bit quicker to defend as a Zerg player. Can also be a lot quicker to jump between them as a Protoss player.
You're not wrong, mate. You're not wrong. The War Prism is still here threatening the bases. And you know what? With a very common follow-up, Creator behind this is going for not just Disruptors, but also War Prism speed.
The drone harass just never ends, does it, with this guy?
It really doesn't. I mean, Hyperion, he is down 10 Workers compared to Creator. He's going to be down even more once those Disruptors show up. And the problem is that, like, Hyperion doesn't have anything. He doesn't have a lair, so he can't go for a counterattack. He doesn't have Roach speed.
He really doesn't. He's setting up a little bit of a Roach Highway now, which I guess can help out a little bit. Again, we are on Berlingrad, so there's at least a little bit less ground to cover, but just nothing is going in favor of Hyperion so far this game. His creep highway is going to be destroyed, by the way, thanks to this observer.
Yeah, the creep is being cleared up. The Adepts are about to rock Creator's world, and the Disruptors are going to be the cherry on top. The shots go off!
And they do land on a couple of Roaches. All things considered, they get a juicy connection because there just weren't too many Roaches left.
Yeah, 6 Roaches go down, mate. 3 apiece, and that is all you need. The Adepts clear up the majority of those Lings, and now they're once again going ham on those drones. Drone after drone falling. And soon, those Disruptors, they're going to be reset, and we're going to see some more shots.
That we should. Creator's actually not warping in any more Adepts for now.
No!
That's 1 juicy Purification Nova, and that is 2. Hyperion tried to drone up as well as he could earlier on after taking so many losses, but Creator's just doing such a good job of keeping the drone count down.
He's not stopping either. If you are prepared mentally, physically, emotionally, look at the units lost, and look at how many drones have died this game.
Well, I was promised scarce this Halloween, and that unit's lost tab is going to shock just about any Zerg player watching.
It's pretty spooky, mate. It's pretty spooky, and it's not stopping. The Disruptors are still very much so a threat. Oh, being a little bit greedy here, the first Disruptor finally goes down.
Yeah, taking out before the Purification Nova can finish up. I think the first actual major loss here for Creator, but doesn't really matter at the end of the day. I mean, +1 is about halfway done. Blink is about to finish up. Creator wants to transition to something a lot more devastating.
Yeah, exactly. He's working on those Colossus Disruptors. He lost 1, but he immediately replaces it as he is still continuing to be active here. Meanwhile, as you were saying, we actually don't have any more Glaive Adepts. Blink is done. Stalkers, a mass amount of them have already been warped in.
And what does Hyperion really have as a response? Right, he's making a lot of Lings, but of course with Blink, it's not that difficult to back away from a surround.
Yeah, I mean, Lings are great as against Stalkers, you're not wrong, but that's where the Colossus come in, you know?
Exactly.
They complement each other, as I should say, Creator's army does, so...
he doesn't even need to blink away from the surround, he can just kill the surround with...
He can, mate. Oh god, the Ravagers!
Not cancel quick enough. Everything's going to go down. So many Lings as well to Purification Novas. Not even the Colossus yet.
And now with the Colossus, that is the nail in the coffin. GG gets called, and Creator takes the first game.
Whoa. Has been waiting a little while for his first match, and yeah, now he's utilizing that time he had. Utilizing it wisely.
God, that he is, as we are now diving into game number 2 of this series. Oh, hold on.
Oh, I thought we'd have Game Heart this time.
Yeah, I'm just gonna message them and see if we can get it here. Are we gonna read?
Hoping. Fingers crossed.
Por favor.
¿Por qué?
Alright, looks like we're just gonna dive in. It looks like.
Alright, might as well. May as well. Oh! We might re. Alright, we're gonna re. Nice.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. We are reing. And also, shout out to Maddox, who's here casting in Korean, and even Bel Air, the real one.
Yeah. The one with the Homesword Cup avatar in game.
Fun fact, Bel Air actually rated us when we started the TSL cast. Oh. And he went to bed. Now he woke up.
Tells you all you need to know about how long that qualifier was. How long that qualifier went for.
Did you get a new hat?
I did.
Show off the hat.
For the occasion, yeah.
You can't see it. It's because it's black. It blends in with your hair. We can't see what the hell's going on with it, mate.
Yeah, I asked for like a tan one, like more of a brown one, but we only got black left because it's spooky. And I was like, all right. Nice. This is so fun fact, I searched sombrero in the thing, but there were no sombreros. I did, however, see this pork pie hat, which I thought, you know what? Kind of.
Sure, I guess so.
So Eisenberg hat. As we continue our series now on... I'm trying to find a spookier name for this map. Spooky Minds. I'll come up with something better. LE. We're in the top left-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the top left-hand corner. We, of course, have our blue Protoss player coming down from the land of Korea. He is going to be representing Team NV. He is Creator.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Curious Minds LE, we have the Chinese Zerg player representing Starlight Twinkle. It is Hyperion.
Hyperion, of course, being a mainstay.
That he is when it comes to the Chinese scene, as well as the ESL Open Cup Asia scene.
Yeah, just about the most consistent Chinese player to sign up for ESL Open Cup Asia. We see him very, very often, week after week after week after week after week after week after week.
After week, mate.
After week.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Month.
And you know, he's a pretty good player amongst the Chinese, but unfortunately here against Creator, he is struggling a little bit more. Fun fact about last game, you know, before things popped off, I was quickly checking and he did not scout his opponent. He did not see the Twilight Council opener. He could deduce it because there was no Void Ray, but even then, like, his Roach Warren was so late, like, the initial response of the Glaive Adepts just weren't there, and they, like, Creator just executed his build and just won, essentially.
Yeah, that was the best case scenario for any Protoss player. Just make adepts and your opponent has nothing but lings. Alright, let's go. Could have won the game in 4 minutes, and then it went on for about another 10.
Exactly. Here we go. Bearing in mind, another reason why we wanted to dive into the series is the winner of this series will move on to face Ragnarok in the next round.
I was looking at that. Ragnarok has finally come back to at least regularly competing in ESL Open Cup Asia. He has been playing in quite a few OSC events, but other than that, hasn't really been too active as a player.
Yeah, like, I love me some Ragnarok, and I can't wait to get into Ragnarok later on this evening, so hopefully we can do that together. But we'll see here on Curious Minds. Again, I'm really curious myself because this is considered to be the most Zerg favored map in the map pool, and Creator just led it through the vetoes.
Yeah, we've already had Leningrad. Now we're jumping immediately into Curious Minds. Straight up the two maps with the shortest rush distance, the straight up smallest maps in the current map pool.
Yeah.
If we're looking at pixel area.
Yeah, not necessarily just because of the rush distance, but also because the third base is so exposed here at the triangular third. It's so difficult to defend. Likewise, this third over here towards the left-hand side, like, it can just be ignored completely, and the queen push can just go straight into the natural.
Even better if you're able to clear up the debris in the middle of the map earlier on. But we'll see. We'll see.
Exactly. We'll see if it comes to that, because we do have a Stargate opener here from Creator, so things are going to be a little bit more chill, a little bit more standard from his end, and it will give the opportunity to Hyperion to go for a queen walk if he so wished.
And he's going to try to set that up. Not quite able to get into the natural base, but will prevent Creator from getting a third for a while. Another Oracle coming up for Creator. Alright.
Yeah.
We'd only have single Oracle after the Void Ray came out.
He's going for a bit of a double Oracle. We'll see if he goes for a triple afterwards, but with this, he'll have a lot of potential to dip in and deal some damage. Meanwhile, the creep is being spread. Queen production has continued, but we still do not see a Roach Warren.
Yeah, Hyperion, I guess, just really likes being greedy when it comes to his openings, when it comes to his tech choices, I guess I should say.
Yeah, we'll see when he stops droning up. That's probably the most important thing here, because again, I can't imagine he wants to go to the late game against Creator. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe he does, but that sounds crazy.
He doesn't. He may think he wants to.
Yeah.
But he definitely doesn't.
But we know better.
Exactly.
Oh god, it feels like I'm talking about Starduck again in his KS2 edition. God damn it, Starduck. As 5 more drones get picked off, we even have a Revelations to see what gets popped out. Both Oracles are still alive, which means the potential to dip in and scout the timing of the lair, and the Roach Warren is still there.
Yeah, slowly but surely. We're gonna finish up. Surprisingly, the Oracle survive.
Yeah, Jesus, just barely at that. And what I'm worried about is the transition, because I was expecting double Stargate, but I guess the double Oracle did signify that we weren't going to be seeing that, because instead we have a commitment into Robo, into Ground Toss.
Oh, it's one way of getting the most anti-Roach army you can get. A Dark Shrine gonna be following that up as well. They're really getting into the spooky spirit.
Well, he's getting everything, mate. He's getting a Robotics Bay for disruptors, and he's getting DTs a Dark Shrine for DTs as well.
Wants to round off the bingo card.
Oh my god. It's like Creator saw how Zam played, and he's like, you know what? DTs and disruptors are pretty good.
They are, apparently. Why even bother getting a fleet beacon?
Why even, mate? Why even? As the Oracle's dip in again. Oh, this time still not scouting the tech of choice. For all he knows, it could be like, I don't know, a fast Spire or something along those lines.
Yeah, he's gonna need to play very, very careful here on out. Even getting the Phoenixes here just in case, as you said, it's a fast Spire.
Interesting, very interesting. Like, because he has very limited, like, I don't blame him. All things lead to Aspire, because he just hasn't seen any roaches or anything. But finally the roaches do reveal themselves here, so finally Creator has a little bit more information, and he should be canceling. Oh no, he's still pumping out Phoenixes.
Well, may as well. If Hyperion does go for that queen walk, he can try to lift up a couple of queens, make sure they can't throw down their transfuses.
Yeah, it feels like
a bit of a just a little bit of crowd control.
Yeah, it feels like Creator's like kind of getting the kitchen sink here, you know, he's getting a bit of everything. And
this is the kitchen sink build.
And what's a little bit odd here is just that I don't see what Hyperion is going for? Is he going to go for a timing with +1? I guess, but like he's droned up so much. He's got 65 workers. He's working on a fourth base. Like if he wanted to go for a big strong roach push, like one at like 55 drones earlier would have hit so much harder and so much faster. At this point, it's kind of too late.
Yeah, I really doubt whether or not it's going to work for him. At this point, you know, it would probably be more effective if he just throws down a lair and gets a Hydra then, but he's actually going for Swarm Host?
Oh my god, I like this. Okay, I was like, what is he doing? What is he doing? Apparently, sorry, I missed that he threw down an infestation pit, and he is going for Swarm Hosts.
Alrighty then. That's, I suppose, one way of trying to bait your Protest opponent to wasting their Purification Novas.
Yeah, I guess it is.
Potentially.
Unfortunately, there is a lot of stasis wards here defensively, so again, he has to be very careful with how he uses these Locust Waves. The Swarm Hosts, they finally out. Hyperion, he's going for it.
And what will he get done?
Oh god. Ugh.
Also gotta keep in mind, oh, the Queens are so exposed, just a little bit off of creep, already getting weakened up. And the Purification Nova's just there to finish the deal. A little bit surprised that Creator's not getting Archons yet, but now he's starting to work on his DT count.
Yeah, that he is. Meanwhile, the Locust Wave, it all gets cleaned up. It didn't get any damage whatsoever. The Overcharge was keeping everything alive, and the Roach Ravager as well couldn't break through the defenses.
Violin lands on top of himself. Creator sends his Phoenixes forward to harass. Sometimes you do see Protoss players who use their Phoenixes to lift up the Swarm Host, but Creator, he realized he didn't need to. Battery overcharge, pretty good. He's got enough on the ground.
There's no anti-air.
Well.
Like he can do whatever he wants. Like the only anti-air is Queens. There's no Hydroden, there's no Spire, there's nothing that shoots up, so the Phoenixes go ham. At the same time, 3 Oracles are enough damage to kill a hatchery.
Yeah, just about enough. Is a Spore Crawler in each mineral line, but what is that really going to do against the Phoenixes? This one Queen trying to keep the Swarm Host alive, but the Phoenixes have something to say about that. Hyperion is making headway though.
Yeah, finally, like the overcharge ran out earlier. He's able to break this third base of Creator. He's actually getting damage done when it comes to the mineral line as well.
A lot of Roaches are in stasis though. Can Hyperion really keep this up? Another juicy Purification Nova. Creator doesn't actually have too many Disruptors, so he needs to make the ones that he's got count.
That he does. The problem is that, like, a Creator, he just has so much tech. Carriers are coming out. We have Hydras on the way. Hydras can be okay dealing with carriers, but again, like, Hyperion needs to be as aggressive as possible here.
And aggressive he is being. Unfortunately, he's not noticed the 4th base, which is looking very exposed, but he may have just enough to, you know, make some gains by the natural base here. Again, no Archons available, so these Locusts are able to land without any major damage. Is Hyperion actually going to be able to break through here?
Hey, there's no detection. The DTs are going ham, and even if there were detection, the Phoenixes will just kill the Disruptors. Oh, sorry, the Overseers.
Oh, fantastic Purification Nova. At the end of the day, Hyperion gets 2 Gateways and a Cybercore.
And a Nexus, you know, he got the 3rd.
And a Nexus, okay. Yeah, he does get the 3rd, which is actually massive value.
But unfortunately, he also lost his 4th. So now we have 3 base versus 3 base. And again, Creator just has the more technical, more like the army with a little bit more finesse. Hydras are coming out though, and again, with the sheer amount of Hydras, we could see Hyperion try and brute force his way through.
We shall see. Of course, still has most of his Swarm Host alive, so yeah, if he's able to time this out well enough and utilize the Locust as a buffer, it is going to be devastating for Creator. Still trying to get some value with his Phoenixes. Gets a couple of units. Not too bad, not too bad.
Yo, and there's no shield batteries here. There's no overcharge, so the Locust Wave is going to be able to kill the 4th base.
Very nicely done here. Safety DT's just a little too late, unfortunately.
Just a little bit. Meanwhile, again, I'm so scared about how active Hyperion is with this army. I feel I don't know. I don't have faith, man. Like, look at the carriers. They're gonna be able to come out and
they are out.
They are.
And them are able to land. Not too many Hydras here compared to the amount of carriers there are for Hyperion. For Creator, sorry.
Yeah, Creator, he's struggling a little bit to control his entire army. Like, he's got Phoenixes towards the south, he's got his carriers towards the north, as well as these Oracles. So far, the Novas haven't really been able to connect with much, but the Locust Wave was actually wasted.
Yeah, and that's all Creator really needs to do, right? Right off the Locust Waves, and then just come in for a counterattack. He's already destroyed just about every single Roach. The Hydra are not too far behind. There's nothing but Infestors left. Infestors, Swarm Hosts. That's how odd it is to see Swarm Hosts in 2021.
Yeah, and this is what I was worried about. Like, he was far too aggressive with these Hydras. He lost every single one of them. In total, 35 Hydras have died, and that is an insane amount of gas. I don't know if Hyperion can ever remake that amount of Hydras.
Yeah, he's remaking some now, 7 Hydras at a time, but you really want to be able to pump out much more than that, right? At this stage of the CVP. Creator has lost a lot of probes, but he's remade his 3rd. He should be getting another 4th pretty soon. Things are definitely going the Protoss way.
Yeah, the problem is that Creator, he has hit critical mass of carriers. He has 6, which is what you want, and he's got a couple more on the way. And you cannot deal with that with pure Hydra. Once they get above 5, it's like, you need Vipers. You need some kind of spellcaster, whether it's Viper or even Infestors for Fungals or Microbial Shroud if your opponent doesn't have splash damage, like anything other than just pure Hydra.
Technically, Spawn Locust is a spell.
It's an ability. It doesn't cost any energy or mana. Thank you very much. Just not a spell. Oh god, but you know what? Vipers are coming out. Problem is that once the Vipers come out, they do not have enough energy for an Abduct or a Parasitic Bomb. They need to suck on some buildings. They need time.
But time is not here in this bracket.
He's not, man. He's not.
Went to bed.
He went to bed, mate. But you know what? Hyperion, he's from China.
Oh.
Ooh.
I feel like that works against him, though. If time isn't here.
Oh god, meanwhile we have another Locust Wave going out. The Hydras are doing a decent job kiting, but oh my god, the Novas come out.
Just like so. Honestly, the Locusts can be very threatening for what Creator has on the ground, but it all comes back to these carriers, man. The Hydras are able to chip away the Interceptor count, but not for much longer. Every time the Locust Wave runs out, I mean, it just leaves the Hydras so open to getting Purification over a couple of really good yoinks, so.
Yeah, a couple of yoinks do go off. Very nicely done, able to kill 2 of those carriers, maybe even 3 carriers, but there's 4 more where that came from.
Oh, but it keeps getting yoinked!
Made the
Interceptors
yoinks!
have been dealt with. The Disruptors were taken out from earlier, just as they were trying to land at Purification Novas. The rest of the ground army is not quite in position. Creator forced to recall back away, but he does get 12 drones for all of that, and just is continuing to make sure that Hyperion is on as low a work count as possible. Yeah,
Creator did overextend, but regardless, like, there was some nice uses of the Vipers there, of those Abducts. Hyperion, can he do it? Can he actually tie up the series?
Well, he's gonna try. He's gonna have to as well, because this is his tournament life on the line.
Yeah, you know what?
I'm so used to casting so many double limb brackets in recent weeks that having a single limb bracket is a nice change of pace.
But like, yo, Hyperion's doing that. Like, he's doing it. Like, Creator losing all those carriers. Let me quickly check. He lost 4 carriers there in that engagement. He only has 3 remaining, and he's not rebuilding the carriers. So Hyperion going Hydra Viper like this, it's working. The only thing he's missing right now is potentially lurkers.
Here's the thing, though. On the one hand, Creator isn't remaking those carriers, but on the other hand, as you said, oh no, Creator's not remaking the carriers. He is switching immediately into Blink Stalker, Disruptor, and sure, Lurkers can do pretty well against that, but I feel like they're much more of an anti-Archon charger kind of unit, aren't they?
Yeah, the problem is that, again, like, Hydra Lurker Viper just period does so well against ground toss. Like, there's a reason why sky toss is so popular nowadays in current meta. Because honestly, in late game, it is better than ground toss. Just again, a lot of it is because of the Viper, right? Like, how do you deal with a Viper? Usually, you know, target fire with Void Rays or even Tempest, right? Or High Templar. But it's so difficult to get your High Templar close enough when your opponent has lurkers.
Yeah, right now Creator is definitely playing with fire. He could have switched into Tempest a while ago, but seems like he would rather, go for more of a ground toss army. I guess he just doesn't. He's just not confident, right, with the amount of Hydras he saw Hyperion make earlier on.
Well, he also doesn't have the economy. Like, after losing all those carriers, it's so difficult to rebuild them because he's been losing bases. Like, this game is honestly surprisingly close.
It really is.
It just feels, this game just feels so scrappy from both sides. Like, it's been...
Yeah. You know what it feels like? It feels like Zound versus Spirit.
In a way. Without the base trade.
Without the base trade yet.
Yeah, true. We could see that later on. When I look at Hyperion, I'm really liking this army. Sure, he's lacking in supply. Sure, he's lacking in workers. That's probably his biggest issue right now. Like, he's at a very low worker count, and that is why he just hasn't been able to max out.
But now he's finally starting to expand. He has, what is this, 2, 4, 5 bases versus the 5 that Creator's trying to get. Oh, got a heal. But still, it's a shot.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I know that like Hyperion, he's gonna be happy right now because honestly, he's not in a bad position, and like, he hasn't been in this scenario before against like a player of the caliber of Creator. You know, like it's impressive.
Yeah, this game's going on for 20 minutes, which definitely makes up for the very quick game we had earlier on. Hyperion is holding his own very, very well.
He really is. Oh my god. I love it. We'll see if he can do it, mate. Can he pull it off here? The Hydra Lurker Viper is coming out. Hyperion is getting close to maxing out. +3 is on the way. And he has a Spire as well to be ready to transition into Corruptors if he needs to.
Which he probably won't.
Yeah,
Looking at how Creator is building his army. Couple of Tempests coming out, finally.
Ooh, he's listening to the stream. 2-minute delay.
Ooh.
Oh god, but the Tempests are on the way. Meanwhile, I feel like Hyperion needs to be more active right now. Like, he dipped forward, saw the storm, and backed off. It's like, mate, just like, go for it.
I don't have an umbrella.
Oh god, like going for some yoinks on the carriers, on the disruptors as well. I feel like Hyperion has the room to trade as he is maxed out and working on a bank.
Yeah. All of a sudden, he's just spent all of his minerals. I'm not actually sure where that went.
He made a bunch of spores.
I see.
He's making a bunch of side defense. But he's not up against Skytoss. That's the thing. Like, you know, like it's not. This isn't necessary. If there was like a mothership and like carriers and void rays, sure, like understandable. This is how you do it. But
there are currently 2 Tempests out somewhere.
Yeah.
That's about the extent of it. Meanwhile, the Hive is looking mighty vulnerable. It should go down. Hyperion has no army in position. He has to pull back every single Hydra he's got, but that will not be enough to save him.
1 War Prism, 1 Zealot Drop is all Creator needed. Meanwhile, he finally catches the Swarm Host that were out here. The Tempests have been revealed. Mama Ship is on the way.
Minus 400. Let's go.
Let's go. Looks like the Corruptors are going to be able to deal with this War Prism, and now again, Hyperion needs to focus on the attack. We'll see if he can do so. Yo, these Lurkers are a little bit exposed.
Yeah, the Creator needs to know where they are before he can throw those Purification Novas. Viper's getting in position. They want to get the juicy yoinks.
They do. Go for it. You miss all the shots you don't take, right? And right now he's not taking any shots, and Creator is the one being active.
Surprisingly, for having Skytoss like this, fantastic yoinks on top of the Tempest though.
Very nice indeed. The Tempest count is reset at the same time. We have a bit of a run by of these Immortals. The Hydras are going to be able to clean all this up though. They do take some storms to the face, but again, it's fine. They are able to soak it all up and clean up the Immortals.
Yeah, I mean, well, Creator does kind of want to lose these Immortals. They don't have much more of a place as the game goes on. He wants to invest heavily into Skytoss.
Yeah, this is the thing. Like, Creator, he's refining his army, working on those Tempests, getting rid of the Immortals. Meanwhile, Hyperion needs to do the same. He needs to start getting rid of Hydras and working on Corruptors. Another big thing that he's missing, he has a bank. We need upgrades for those Corruptors. Oh, no, there we go.
There we go.
2-2.
Stream, mate.
You know what would be nice, mate? Greater Spire. Greater Spire, mate.
Yeah, pretty great.
Oh boy. Aye. Meanwhile, the game is slowing down. We are getting into a split map scenario. I guess because, like, we didn't need to be here, but we are here.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
How is it that we're on a split map scenario on Curious
On
Minds?
Curious Minds, mate. On Curious... I think it's just because Hyperion is scared. Like, he has a lot of respect for Creator.
Really
like, again, he is more of a semi...
Should.
Yeah, like, Hyperion is more of a semi-pro. So, like, it makes plenty of sense. That's why he emoted earlier as well. Like, he's happy to be here. He's happy to be in the late game against someone of the caliber of Creator. But because of that fear and because of the nervousness, I do think that he missed a couple of opportunities.
And in that time, Creator has actually been the one to take the opportunity to rebuild. He's about to max out again.
He's taking advantage of this, and because of that, like, he has maxed out, as you said. He's got the Mothership, he's got Tempest, he's getting the Sky Toss that he needs, and Hyperion isn't.
Yeah, still very much stuck on Hydra, Lurker, Viper. Not much else to really complement this. He's getting some Corruptors out now, though, which is an answer to Sky Toss.
It definitely is. I just wish Hyperion was maybe a little bit more aggressive, like, you know, trying to hit some of these fringe bases. Like, Creator is spread thin amongst, like, these two fringe bases. You know, you can try and maybe take advantage of that as well as a Zerg player, but at the moment, Hyperion is waiting for Creator to push into creep.
Creep that Creator is not going to step foot on at all. He's been doing a pretty good job of just making sure that he can clean him out whenever he can. Decent yoink, but even better feedbacks. These Vipers aren't going to be able to get much of anything for quite some time.
Yeah, exactly. They're all forced back. We need some more energy here. Meanwhile, Hyperion has to remake a lot of the Vipers that he lost as well. And without Vipers, Tempest can just go ham.
Like so. One good yoink, but it's going to need a lot more than that. Tempest, going ham.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, that was the final yoink available for Hyperion. He can still maybe try and push forward with his Corruptors, maybe try and bait the Tempest in, but Creator doesn't take that bait. Just chills on the edge of creep.
Like so.
Detection.
Lurker. Observer's here. Yeah.
Now Hyperion, he's trying to hit the southern end of the map instead. But again, I feel like this is a little bit too late. We're 25 minutes into the game, and finally he's attacking the fringe base, but look at all the stacked defense.
Well fortified that is. Stacked defense, and plus we have these two High Templar with plenty of Storm Energy on them. The Lurker goes down, and what's stopping the High Templar from going ham?
Exactly. Stalker's being active in the middle of the map. More creep is being cleared out here.
Slowly but surely, Creator is finally able to stake his claim on the map, so to speak.
Yeah, exactly. Hyperion is falling apart a little bit. I say a little bit because now he has the energy, he has the Vipers, he can go in once again, and we'll see what he opts to do here. Are we going to see a -400, you know? Are we going to see maybe a Power Bomb instead on the Tempest? Ugh.
Viper's so low.
It's on 2 HP, mate.
2 health. It's full energy, but 2 health.
Oh, God.
Now pretty big run by here. This time there aren't any High Templar in position, but there is the main army in position, so it's not much better.
Exactly. All these Hydras are going to get cleaned up. To be fair, like, we needed to get rid of these Hydras earlier, but so many so quickly, I don't know. Hyperion, he dips in supply.
And that gives Creator a lot of momentum going his way. Hyperion only now grabbing the Ultra Cavern. And Ultra's a really good answer to the High Templar. He needs them out now, though.
Exactly. We have Broodlords on the way, more Corruptors. 3-3, which is nice, right? 3-3 upgrades, here we go. But, oh god, Creator, he's just got the death ball that he has always wanted. He's going to be able to take out this base here towards the south. Could even take out another.
He should be able to take out another. It's a wall of spores here. Did I say wall? More of a pyramid of spores. But it's not going to do much to deter the Tempest. Okay, he still has a lot of Corruptors. I got worried for a sec because I saw how many Broodlords Hyperion has.
Yeah, maybe too many. We'll see. As we have a lot of Infestors as well for those neural parasites. Oh, the feedback slow.
Yeah, just looking pretty goddamn fantastic, if I do say so myself. Infestors can be the game changer, though.
Yeah, exactly. Finally, we have a fungal connecting. We have a lot more of that came from, again, plenty of infestors here, plenty of energy. Are we going to see a bit of chain fungal? Are we going to see Hyperion pull the trigger? Because the longer this goes on, like, he is losing every single one of his spores. Like, that's the defender's advantage that he needed to fight with.
And it is gone out of here, just like so. Hyperion spent most of his gas bank. Now he's not really able to remake any of the higher tech units that he wants to.
Oh my god. Another feedback. Decent fungal, but oh my god, here comes the disruptor shot, and he gets almost every single infestor.
Decent fungal, but even better storm and even better purification Nova. Another okay-ish fungal, but it's too little, too late. There are plenty of corruptors in the sky, but even if they're able to deal with the Skytoss army, what are they going to do from there?
Nothing, mate. I mean, we shall see. He's trying to close the distance. He's trying to dive on top of those carriers, on top of the Tempest. The Corruptors are honestly trading very well here. But I don't know if you noticed. Look at the worker count.
Yeah, Creator has just about twice the amount. He's more than fine of losing a Skytoss now. He just made a massive investment into Blink Stalkers, chased down every single one of these Corruptors, and now he's going full steam ahead. Or he should. Creator? There we go. GG's call. Creator takes that series 2-0. But Hyperion looked very impressive. Probably some of the best that he has in a while.
Yeah, yeah. GG, well played, Hyperion. He does take it to Creator. He did lose 0-2, but honestly, he looked really good in the first 10 minutes of that game, and he was very far ahead. I say very far ahead. He had a lot of advantages. I see some people talking about it in the chat. It does feel like Hyperion didn't really know what to do for himself, with himself for a while there.
I thought I'd get this far. Yeah, one of those scenarios.
I do think that
all the time.
I do think a lot of it is nerves for Hyperion. For those who are unaware, he is a Chinese player, and again, he's been a part of the DreamHack circuit before, but he's, not necessarily a full-time pro. He's not of the level of like your Cyans, your even Jigua earlier, and Max said time. He's still like a rising player, and yeah, I was very impressed with what he was able to accomplish here.
But he is, of course, still continuing to rise. And one of my favorite stories is that because of how active Hyperion has been in ESL Open Cup Asia, and sometimes even the ESL Open Cup NA, by the time we had the Chinese Open qualifiers, he was already seeded to, like, he already had a bye for just about most of them. Compared to a lot of the other, even more higher rated Chinese players.
Exactly. Just because of how active Hyperion is. So massive shout out to Hyperion. Less than 3, man. Even though he got knocked out, you know what? There were moments there. There were moments of brilliance. Just needs to tighten up towards the end. And with that, Creator will move on. We mentioned it before, to face another player, another Zerg.